Hello everyone, this is Ron. Welcome to another King of Fighters All-Star video, and this is going to be a very important guide where I'm going to talk about the plugin plant in general. And I will not be mistaken if I say that plugin plant right now in the game should be the most important focus for any players. And many people are actually kind of saying that they don't play plugin plant, they don't want plugin plant. What should I say, guys? Just don't listen to them. Put your main focus to the plugin plant, because it is not only going to improve your characters or improve the damage numbers, but overall it is going to make you a better player, a better gamer, a bigger fan of this King of Fighters game, which is going to impact your gameplay in the long run. So whether you are an old player, returning player, or a new player, especially for the new players, take the lessons, take the points, and follow the roadmap, because down the line this is going to be big. So let's start talking about it. And I have kind of completed almost in different colors. I have already completed. So let's go to the plugin plant, and I have kind of already completed the tier 8 of red plant. Of course, for sure it is not a really big problem. It was never a big problem for Kyo at all. It was so easy. But I think I have already completed tier 8 of blue as well, and with these two EX characters which don't really have enough power level or anything. So I'm going to share different strategies, because there might be different strategies. So let's go to the red plant and start. Your goal should be, because if you're a new player, you should start from tier 1 and gradually upgrade to tier 8. That can be one process, but if you are already having a very strong team like this one, for example, the main strength of the team is going to be determined by, of course, their awaken level. In red plant, for example, only you are allowed to use red characters. Only you can use red characters, and ultimate characters you should definitely use. You can also use EX characters, but there is a major difference that ultimate characters, they are going to offer you 5 slots. You can really add powerful plugins and make their OP level very high. What is OP level? You can see that in plugin there is a thing called power 174. If you add more 174 of this power, or for example in this plugin, let's just say once again 174, in this plugin we are having 178, in this plugin we are having 175. So the higher tier you are getting, the more higher power level you will get from these plugins. How this is going to help you? If you go to your plugin plant, you see this OP requirement. This level 240, this is the level of the enemy, and 3550, this is the OP requirement. That means this is the same damn thing. This is the same damn thing. If you increase this, if you add plugins with high power level, this OP is going to increase of your character. And if I take you to my character, my Kyo is having an OP of 3430. My Maki is having 3585 OP. So your goal is to increase your OP. The more OP you have, the better will be your plugin plant gameplay, and easier will be to defeat the enemies. And the higher you go, the OP requirement will be higher. So that's the basic equation. So think, what do you have to do to increase the OP? First thing first, you need to have high OP plugins. That's one case scenario, that you need to have really high power level plugins. That says very high number, 174. I think so far I have got 174 or 175 as the highest entire. Yes, 175. No, 185. I was able to get 185 power level. That was the highest so far in tier 8. That I can say, because I kind of farmed a lot in tier 8, a lot, especially in red tier. So try to get these high power level plugins. So let me tell you quickly that how I start the process. Let's imagine I just got an A5 character. This character is not A9, kind of an A5. If the character is A5, then there is no need to actually start from tier 1, because the recent characters are so strong that you can straight away start from either tier 5 or tier 4, depending on the abilities or depending on the character collection. If you have all the full team, you can straight away start from tier 4. However, if you are having just one character or something, try to farm in this tier 1 as much as possible. It is going to be difficult but still as much as possible. And the way you do, start with tire stage 1, complete this thing, and don't proceed further. Just reset and play stage 1 again and again, because the requirement of tier 2, the stage 2 and stage 3 and stage 4, as you go higher, the requirement will be higher. So you need to do play again and again, and as you keep playing, you will get some plugins. Add the plugin to your character and keep playing again and again, and you'll see that you are getting more higher power level plugins. Change the plugin and increase your character OP, and in that way you'll be able to complete stage 2, stage 3, maybe stage 4 too. If you are facing any problem in stage 5, go back and start once again from stage 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back and start once again. Repeat. If you keep repeating, you will get quite a good number of high power level plugin, and that will help you to conquer stage 5 and eventually stage 6. And by that time, your character level will also increase a little bit. You will get probably from level 50 to 60 to 70. If you get higher, the higher tires will be not really a big problem. So once again, if you start farming in tire, if you just, for example, let's just say you completed tire 3 and you are proceeding tire 4, start focusing on stage 1, do it again and again, get the higher plugins of tire 4, because each and every tire will give you maximum a certain power level, not more than that. Tire 3 will give you a certain power level, but tire 4 will eventually be higher. But for that you need to farm again and again. For the first time when you're farming, maybe you will not get higher power plugins. Keep again and again repeating, get higher plugins and increase the character OP. In that way, you proceed further to 5, 6, and whenever you are having full team, then 6 and 7 and 8 tire will not going to be a problem for you. That's the first condition. But the main power is also going to come from another source, that is going to be the character's awaken level. The character's awaken level is going to contribute 2700 OP by default. It doesn't matter how you level the character. If the character is max up, it is by default going to get this 2700 OP. And rest of the OP you can get from the plugins. For example, for Kyo, I am having 730 plugins, 30 OP from the plugins. For Maki, if I saw, it might be a little bit higher. See, for Maki is also from the level up 2700, the same OP she is getting, but from plugin I have kind of increased high powers. So as a result, her overall OP is kind of higher. So this is the thing first you need to do. Now, of course, another thing is you would like to have very strong strikers, and strikers can be from any other color. For example, my Terry is a blue color, but what I have to do, I have to also farm in the blue plant. I have to get really high power plugins, and I have to add these high power plugins to my strikers. They don't have to be stats specific or anything. Forget these stats for now. Forget all stats. Just concentrate on the small little number on this plugin. This should be high in all the supports, no matter what. And of course, all the supports you would like to have them definitely at level 90, fully maxed up. So as you can understand that this is not going to be a 1 day, 2 day process. You should have really long-term plan to actually conquer this plugin plant. Now, the striker of the main fighter, as you can see, that I am using 3 fighters, but not really all of them are top damage dealers. These 2 can be support or anything, doesn't really matter, but the main character has to be a damage dealer. Because if I use, for example, Maki as the main support, she will probably have a very hard time clearing tier 8. This is a problem I faced also with Oswald a little bit. But if you use the main damage dealers like Kyo, Terry, or any upcoming attack type character or damage dealers, they are going to pretty do a very insane job. Now let's build the character for this plugin plan, because you have to defeat the enemies. So what I did, there can be multiple strategies as I talked about before, because the strategy I am doing for this team might be a little bit different. So the card set I am going to use is not this one. Let me show you the ultimate option cards for this plugin plat. This is going to help. This in-game free card is going to help a lot, and there is another card in-game entirely free. These cards are going to help. This card you will get from the epic quest. If you complete the epic quest, you will get this card entirely for free, and this is going to increase damage deal to attack type enemies by 8%, and also decrease damage received from attack type enemies by 8%. and also skill cooldown, and you can transcend and get some other effect, but this is not really too much important. Main important thing is these two effects. The main enemy of this plugin plant is going to be the mobs. There will be a lot of mobs, waves and waves of mobs, and you will notice that these mobs are all attack type fighters. So you would like to use this card to get the benefit. This only one card will give you a ton of benefits in the plugin plant. However, there might be in future characters who are way more stronger who will not these sort of setups, but right now I am having the most comfort with this sort of setup. And this card, what this is going to do, it is going to increase the attack SPD by 7%. It's a huge. It is going to make your character do attacks really quick and complete their skills really quick. As a result, you will be able to save time and defeat the boss, because you will need a long time in the final bosses, because final bosses are kind of really strong. Now let's talk about the plugins. In this case, you can take two approaches. First of all, as I talked about before, that you can arrange this sort of setup where you ignore all the stats, you forget all the stats, and just concentrate on this little number and increase this OP as much as possible. That's one approach. Another approach is you just go ahead with the right stats. If you see this character is having some momentum, some attack, some phantom attack, some finisher skill damage. In this plugin he is having 52% strike skill, some huge amount of attack, some overpower. This plugin is having attack, strike skill, once again tier 2 core active skill, attack. This phantom attack, strike skill, attack, and finally once again some attack and strike skill. Now one thing must you say, that these plugins are actually very rare to get. If you really have to have this plugin, because this is an end game plugin. This is end game plugin. Now let me tell you something, that you don't need this sort of complex setup. You don't need, because let me show you. If I take you to the blue plant where I completed this plugin plant with all this limitation, we're having this EX character who are offering me very low amount of OP, but as you can see in 8th stage I completed it. How I did it? I didn't really focus on any stat. I simply focused on the power level. Simply focusing on the power level and completing the game mode using of course strong strikers. You have to have strong strikers in the team. The strikers have to have very high power level and everything, and in that way you'll be able to do it. But it is going to be a little bit complicated process. Challenges will be higher. In ideal case scenario, you would like to have 2 more ultimate characters in this department so you can get the high OP levels. Now as you can see that my this character Elizabeth, Ivy, this character Ivy, and also Nakaruru, they are having an OP level around 3200, 3100. But in an ideal case scenario, you would like to have something around 3400 plus, or something around 3500 plus, because the requirement OP is very high. But still it is possible. It will take a long time and long struggle. So what is about your summon decision and how you should approach it as a new player? Let me take you to the plugin plant. And as a new player, if I was someone who is starting the game now, what I would do, I would target a character who is going to be a very strong damage dealer. Until then, I will save up my rubies. And for example, let's just say in any upcoming banner, there will be very strong characters. So I will pick one character. The character can be red color, can be blue color, can be green color, or whatever color. I will pick that character and I will try to develop that character as much as possible. But you know what? With one character, I will not be able to go very high in the plugin plant. Probably I'll be able to stuck in tier 1 or tier 2, because you need an entire team. You need to complete this OP requirement. So try to push yourself as much as possible and don't summon in any banner until you have the same color characters. That means, for example, my character, my main damage dealer is red. I will wait for upcoming red characters, and whenever they appear in the banner, I will summon with huge rubies and I will get those characters maxed up. So when I get one character maxed up, it is going to be easier. I will proceed further to higher stages. For example, maybe 5 or 6, but I will stop eventually because I would like to have another character. So I'll wait once again and wait for another red character. Now there will be some banners who will provide two characters in one banner, two colors same. For example, in the recent banner, we are having two purple characters. We are having Leona, we are having Shenu, both are purple characters. Don't miss out those banners if you are developing purple characters. So in any ways, you would like to have 3 maxed up ultimate characters, and that will guarantee you to conquer tier 8, not only tier 8, the upcoming tier 9, tier 10, which is going to be released in some point in the near future. So try to plan ahead from the very beginning, because if you are not having a very fulfilled team, you will find a lot of struggles. Now another thing you can add, some people would like to add, that is to add momentum. A common thing is to add very high momentum plugins to your character, and some people believe that these sort of things might actually help. So if we consider this sort of, if we use this sort of filter, you can actually control your plugins or select your plugins based on the stats. And if you select these all, it will give you all the plugins. And if you select any particular stat, for example, let's just say momentum, now the plugins that you'll see is totally rich on momentum. If I tap on this slot and see that all of them are going to be high momentum plugins. So if you proceed on higher tiers, you will find plugins like these. These are momentum stat plugins. They are very, very high momentum stat plugins. Some people would like to combine this strike skill with momentum and try to do some damage in this plugin plant and complete higher tiers. That's also possible, as I have tested. So 2 approaches is possible. Go with strike skill attack, or go with strike skill momentum, or go with attack momentum. There can be different approaches, but in my humble opinion, the easiest approach will be to only focus on the plugin power level, because if you focus on too much on the stats, this is going to complicate the process a lot, and you should not focus your stat until you have a very high power level plugin, because by default, for example, this 125 plugin is giving me 7000 attack, but if I manage to get attack in this plugin, that is 174, these attack will be way higher. This attack will be probably 9000 or 10,000. So try to focus stat only when you are getting high power level plugin. Try to get high power level plugin, get the character OP high, complete these stages, and then keep farming for the exact right plugins for your characters. For example, in strike skill character, you would like to have attack and strike skill, attack and different type of strike skill you would like to add in. For example, characters like who are having blast skill abilities. For example, let's just say Leona. Let me take you to Leona. Leona is a blast skill specific character, and you would like to add some form of blast skill. Let me show you. If I have already added, no, I haven't really added, but let me show you that how to add it. Go to simply your blast skill, select blast skill, and select the purple color, because the purple color plugin you would like to see. I hope I have some. This one, for example, certain percent damage dealt with blast skill, but this plugin is not having attack. In ideal case scenario, you would like to have this one, and you would like to have some attack. It can be some 5000, 6000, 7000, 8000 attack. The higher attack, the better. So attack and character specific percentages. This is the thing you would like to have. Another thing is momentum. There will be certain game modes. For example, in Age Challenge, sometimes momentum is going to help. But I have tested in different cases. I found that the strike skill and attack both are the most useful stats. Momentum is kind of optional. Maybe you will get some results with the momentum, but in my personal testing, I found that strike skill and attack is kind of superior in overall effect. Definitely, I'm going to combine more stats and I'm going to provide more videos on that. But overall, this is how you would like to approach the plugin plan, and you would like to get it done with the best possible plugins, which is not only going to unlock the giant mood or super god mood of your characters, but it will overall make you a better gamer who has a better knowledge about different stats and who can conquer this game with a real honor. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to support the content, support the channel. Let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to join my Discord and ask me anything about plugin plans or anything about this game. I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in some other videos. Till then, stay awesome and peace out, my friends.